Right, well, good morning, everybody. Today is I believe, the last day of matches for this tournament, I think. I don't think we have any matches on Monday. We do not. So we got a couple of matches spread throughout the day, pretty much in 2-hour increments. We got one now and then a couple more later. So we're gonna start with Soft Kitten versus Revo. And if you know anything about these players, then you're gonna know it's gonna be an interesting match. We're starting with Revo's Protect here, the DT3. And it is gonna load properly. Let's go. A little bit of a finger control map. If I know Revo, then this is something that he's gonna be pretty good at. Both players having fun in the intro. We got the finger control, like AR. Oh no! I will say that early break from Revo on the slider is gonna be equalized by Soft Kitten breaking on the sliders right after. We'll say an early lead for Soft Kitten here, just off that accuracy. Both players trading breaks pretty much back and forth. There's a cat attacking me right now, and I can't, I feel like I have to split my focus between like 4 different things. But we have a... Right. I say that as he attacks my shoulder. Anyway, both players trading break, not really having any opportunity to catch a significant combo here. The ACK lead has fallen back into Revo's favor there. So we are going to see that slight score lead start to grow for Revo here. Pulling just a little bit more combo and a pretty significant accuracy lead now as Soft Kitten falls down to 91. Revo holding that 94. It's really all where this score lead is coming from here. And another break from Soft Kitten untraded by Revo is going to give him a little bit more of an opportunity to build the largest score lead we've seen so far on this map. And another break from Soft Kitten here. This is where we're going to start to see the runaway performance. I say both players doing their best to hold nerve control on this very technically difficult map. Revo going the wrong way on that slider. Oh, got a little bit of buffering going on. Hopefully nothing bad has happened, so we're fine. Both players holding the same combo, but that 95 in the earlier combo from Revo is just mainly keeping up this score performance so far. Breaking on the slider. It's gonna potentially give Soft Kitten a chance to make a comeback here. Only 80k is not that much in the grand scheme of the map, but when you've been breaking constantly and have 91%, it's gonna be a little bit more tricky to recover that lead. But when Revo breaks again, it is going to be traded though from Soft Kitten, so no major breakpoints here, I don't think. Score lead's going to get a little bit closer. Only got 70k now, but there's still a pretty uphill mountain for Soft Kitten to climb here. And we're nearing the end of the map. Revo finds another break, but I don't think there's enough time to really recover really any sort of score lead from Soft Kitten. And we're already done with the map. 75k in favor of Revo here. Okay. Let's see. And we're gonna immediately see the DT2 come out from Soft Kitten here. Like, not even really giving me a chance to breathe. But this is just... I think this will be a little bit more one-sided. Revo, I know, as a player back in the day, was pretty good at tapping. Yeah, fun fact, a little history. Conrad, the note for this map references Conrad Mitten's All-American Auction House 2 score, which I actually was on the same team as Revo when he got that score into us. So let's see if we're gonna let's see if Soft Kitten can replicate the Conrad Mitten score. But Revo's fighting his inner demons from the past here, because that was one of the many maps in that tournament that I feel like we could have won. That was 2022. Like, that was a long time ago. We have grown as humans since then. As we see that Soft Kitten finding an early break and a second early break, gonna give the early opportunity for Revo to capitalize on that combo. The Act lead is also still in favor of Revo here as well. Like, I know Revo as a speed player, which is weird to say because looking at his performances in the other matches so far, he's not exactly been the most tapping-dominated player that I used to know him for. Back in the day of like 2022, but I mean, bro has been mapping a lot. He's now a beat map nominator, and one of my personal favorite mappers to just see whatever kind of projects he's working on. But currently dominating this this map here, holding on to that FC. The Act lead has sort of stabilized with around the 93 mark for both players. Soft Kitten slightly behind on that front, but Revo needs to break for Soft Kitten to really make any headway on this map, as that lead is going to grow to 100k almost. And this is looking very interesting, as the Soft Kitten's Protect is currently being dominated by Revo. Both players have nearly identical accuracies here, more 100s dropped from both players. Like, currently, it's just the Revo showing. The two misses early in the map are really coming back to bite Soft Kitten here, as Revo just doesn't miss. Oh, never mind. I apologize. All right. And the break comes out. Ball is back in Soft Kitten's court to hold on as long as possible to try and take this map back. There is still enough map for that to happen, but we need to make sure that like something is gonna have to happen. And another miss from Revo is gonna potentially swing it over. And I think Soft Kitten has done enough. 30k in climbing. I don't think this is recoverable, but like, was looking very good in the first half of that map. Just from those early misses from Soft Kitten, but when you just don't miss in the second half, then you just sort of, this just sort of happens, you know. I will say, we have just seen both Protects get picked, so we are out of those maps now. But like, I'm trying to think of what's left in this pool, and I'm looking, and it's quite literally everything. So there is still more speed for Soft Kitten to potentially pick into. In that Nomad, actually not that Nomad 5. That is the last speed map, technically, but the Nomad 2 still exists. So we will potentially get to see that. Free Mod 1 coming from Revo here. Very interesting pick, as I would assume... I don't know what's going to happen on this, because this is the hidden favored map here. And I know Revo is being much more of a Hard Rock player, so potentially we could be seeing Hard Rock on this. Well, I don't know. Also, everyone peep the new, everyone acknowledged the new fucking, the new seasonal backgrounds that dropped today. Specifically, what the hell is this one from Soft Kitten's fucking thing? Like, bro, what are these? Like, there are some of the... I looked at a bunch of the what's it called, and like, some of them are pretty silly. And we got some more, what's it called? But this will be interesting. I'm kind of interested in seeing what both players are going to take. Because this map, was seen in 4WC as a hidden map, in 2025. And is known for having these pretty damning diff spike zigzag patterns where the last two notes you actually have to snap. And it looks like we are potentially going to see a hidden versus hard rock on this, which is interesting from Revo specifically, going to be taking the hard rock versus soft kitten going the hidden. This, I would say, is much more favorable as a hidden player, but there's got to be something cooking from Revo here. Like, this aim control is very awkward, and with the hard rock is going to be even more tricky as the CS is already at base 4.2. I will say, I don't think with hard rock you need to snap more of the zigzags, at least, so it shouldn't be that much more difficult for the diff spikes themselves. If anything, it's going to be a little bit more trickier for soft kitten on those sections, but the overall map is going to be much harder for Revo here. As we see the first zigzag, both players are going to miss on it, so that combo reset's really only going to favor Revo here, as that first, like, sort of third of the map has been locked in. 30k in the lead off of the accuracy, mostly. I will say there is a slight score advantage for going hard rock here, but even then, that's not really going to be much to make up a difference. Both players missing pretty much at the exact same time. Soft kitten dropping more, so it's going to keep that lead in favor of Revo, as the ACK lead is sort of stabilized at around 1%. We're just sort of waiting for more difficult stuff to happen in this map. It will pick up again pretty soon. We're going to see... Got the second zigzag right here. Both players hitting the second one. And Soft Kitten missing shortly after. This is going to give Revo that chance he needs to make that comeback. I mean, I guess this is what, like, I didn't know what he was cooking, but I guess if you're going to drop a score like this in match on Hard Rock, I guess you can do whatever you want. And with that, that is enough to take the map. Beating Soft Kitten on the Hard Rock, on the quote-unquote hidden favored map. 500k on this is kind of insane for Hard Rock. I'm just saying, that's an insane score. Let's see. We're going to see the Nomad 2 come out. The last quote-unquote tapping pick from Soft Kitten here. We got Massacre. Now this one is much more standard for the Nomad 2, like the Nomad 2 skill set in comparison to what we saw last week with Blue Zenith. Much less stamina heavy, much more of a flow aim map, which is why the star rating is a little bit more inflated despite being the same DPM. I would say the tapping in this map is a lot easier than what we saw last week with Blue Zenith. And of the other tapping picks in this pool, this is definitely the easiest on the stamina. None of the streams are inherently super long, which should, in theory, favor Revo. As we saw him lose on the raw speed in the DT2. But we are going to ready up, and we're going to start pretty soon. Works of being the ref is I know when the map will actually start. But, okay. We are in the map. Let's see. I don't know what's going to happen on this pick, because I feel like this could go either way. Oh, and an early break soft from Soft Kitten here. I will say, has been doing that pretty much every map this entire... I want to say every map in the, so far in this match has been an early break from Soft Kitten. But it is going to be traded pretty quickly by revoh, although that will be broken again. So that lead will be in favor of revoh here, has managed to build up a little bit more combo from just only missing once. But I mean, it's an 80 combo difference. The act lead is basically identical, so we're not going to see any major score leads for the first stream section. Going into the next, more, like, I would say more unconventional for Nomad 2 standards, revoh finding a break on the Excel stream. So it is going to give Soft Kitten a chance to catch up here. And we are going to see that lead shift over. And another misaim from revoh here. An A map. Yeah, unfazed by that miss. We're gonna see more streams. Yeah, this is, you could almost call this a stream map. Yeah, and that athlete is also consolidated. You just saw it get inside. Some more misses from revoh on those back and forth stream sections. It's going to be a pretty pretty dominant showing from Soft Kitten here as we see a 600k score and growing. Oh, misses the very last note. But aside from that, can't quite get to 700k, but does more than enough to get the point. So it'll be 2-2 going into the next map. Back on revoh's side, I don't know what he picks here. It could be Hard Rock, it could be realistically anything. It looks like we are going to see that Hard Rock 1, which is what I would expected to see a little bit earlier, but you know. We got Yoshi Corsairs. A cat trying to distract me right now. Sorry, I have to ref this match. But yeah, we got Mech Tech a little bit more on the Amy side, so I don't really know who that would favor outside of just the comfortability bonus that revoh has from being a Hard Rock player on this map. I feel like is the only thing that is making this more favorable towards revoh here. But we will see. This map is pretty short too, so it could be interesting to look out for any breakout combos because the like a 300 combo is gonna do a lot more for your score than it would on a longer map. So we will see. Got Yoshi Corsairs. That's me in the center, right? By the way, just so you know, I am red, and there is a Corsairs tattoo on my stomach. See some act drops from Soft Kitten here. It's going to really put a major lead for revoh here. And it's going to give him some insurance as well. If he were to drop, Soft Kitten would have a harder time building up that score. It is going to fall down a little bit as the act lead starts to dissipate from both players just dropping 100s. But we are going to see both players holding through the first section pretty much. Soft Kitten missing on the reverse slider. It's going to give a pretty significant lead, especially if revoh can hold through this section. Looks like he will be able to. We're halfway through the map now. 95 to 91%. question is, will we get to see Revo clear out or close out the FC? I would say if there is any map in this pool that is FC-able, this is definitely one of them. But we are the shake is kind of insane. Especially on these linears. Oh my gosh. Is going to find a drop, but has done more than enough to hold on to that point. It is now 2-3 going into the next map. Casual 800k score, unfazed by that dominant performance from Sock Kitten on Nomad 2. We are going to see. And also the A rank 91% as well from Soft Kitten, just choking out the S rank based on that accuracy. But, you know, we do a little bit of slider breaking. All right, now if you're Soft Kitten, what do you pick now? We are out of tapping, and if anything, I was expecting potentially going into hidden, because I know Revo isn't exactly the most hidden favored player, but we are going to see the DT1 instead. I guess a little bit more, trying to squeeze out as much of that tapping as possible in this pool. We got Shinso Cascade. Another awkward, aimy, pretty high BPM aim map this time, with some bursts in it, so it is a speed map because there are bursts, by the way. That's how that works. Okay, speed starts at 200 BPM. All right. It's Shinso Cascade. The lit triangle. Early misses from Revo here. Mostly going to result in an act drop. But I mean, it's basically traded by both players. So an early lead for Soft Kitten despite the insignificant act. And another break from Revo here is going to be pretty dangerous because of how short this map is. But another break from Soft Kitten is going to put that early combo advantage into Revo as we go into the first Ki. It's really going to matter to see who holds through this section. Revo dropping next. So it's going to give Soft Kitten the opportunity to build up a stable lead, but he drops as well. So right now we're basically fighting for scraps. And if we're looking at accuracy, Soft Kitten is in the lead by a good percent, which is mostly where we're seeing that score lead coming from. We're into the second Ki. Revo's gonna drop again. Unmatched this time by Soft Kitten. This is gonna really give the main opportunity in this to capitalize on that combo. As we're gonna start to see it grow even more to 80k now. Still got one more Ki left, I will say. So the map isn't quite over. But I mean, this break, 100k at the break, is pretty dangerous for Revo right now. And another break is really just gonna seal it. Alright. And with that, Soft Kitten's just going to tie it up again. No breakpoints so far in this match. Just picking our own maps and then winning our own maps. So for Revo, I will say we're out of Hard Rock. We are out of DTs. There is still the free mod 3 if you really want to lean into that Hard Rock, and also the other 2 free mods, which I think could possibly be a interesting pick strategy. I think Bad Companies could be interesting, despite how we haven't seen Hidden 2 yet from Soft Kitten. Leads me to believe that that Hidden wouldn't be the best pick, as we haven't seen either Hidden map. Oh my god. So, what is left? Nomad 1, Nomad 3, Nomad 4. Both Hiddens, Free Mod 2 and Free Mod 3. I don't know what to pick. Like, I could honestly see picking into the anti-mod here. I will say that map is pretty long, but it looks like we are going to see Nomad 4. Picking tech. Casual map. I mean, just saying, when you know all the mappers that are playing, that are making this map, then you might as well pick it, right? Alright. Alright. We are on to the tech pick. We did see Revo win the Hard Rock 1, which was the closest thing we could really see to tech so far in this point, or in this match. And this map, like a lot of the other like classic Nomad 4s, just sort of has an early intro section, which if we're gonna see a break is gonna be dangerous, but that isn't actually a break. We could be getting some Pancho misses, bro. What the heck? Why is the game lying to me today? Yeah, so that early ACK lead just from holding better on the intro is going to put Revo slightly ahead of Soft Kitten here as we get into the first Ki. Both players missing on the square. It's going to put an... honestly, I don't even really know what's happening. Soft Kitten is going to find another miss on that aim control section. Giving Revo an early opportunity to build some score up for himself if he can hold through this next section. There's not much left of the first Ki before the next free combo section, but he is going to find a break. It's going to give Soft Kitten that opportunity to do the same thing, take back some of that score lead. I will say that accuracy, though, is going to give Revo an early advantage going into the second half. We are into the second half now, starting with this next free combo section. 100 combo lead for Soft Kitten. But that ACK isn't really going to make it any easier for him. A little bit of a slider aim section here. It's really going to be interesting to see who drops ACK more on these bigger sliders, as both players are sort of just trading 100s now. It's really only going to make it a little bit closer for Soft Kitten here. The combos are starting to climb again. We got 400 combo, 300 combo for Revo. That score lead is getting a little bit closer to flipping over as we're approaching the second Ki. There is an aim section right here, which is pretty dangerous if you are on that sight read, as it switches right about here. Both players missing right at the exact same time. Soft Kitten missing again just on that stack. But Revo is going to trade it out right now. This is insanely close. This could really just come down to if one player chain misses like a stream, as we see another traded break. into the second half of this PI. A lot of the major difficult spikes of this map are over. It's just a matter of who can hold better, and revoh is gonna pull ahead potentially with this untraded break from Soft Kitten here. And another one really is just gonna seal the deal. revoh will be winning this point. Right. With 40k. Soft Kitten stops playing. All right. This is just another win your points match. Like, oh my god, they know what they're picking, and as long as you can win all your points, you go to tiebreaker. Which the TB is sort of I don't even know who wins TB here. Well, we'll see. We got Free Mod 3 coming out from Soft Kitten. Summertime Gladness. This map's pretty chill. More of an Amy pick this time around. Just going to be interesting. We did see Soft Kitten win the DT1, that aim pick, but we haven't really seen any other aim maps so far. No Nomad 1, no Hidden 1. The Hard Rock one has some aim in it, but I wouldn't really call it an aim map as much as I would call it like more like a tech, like a light tech pick. But this is as raw aim for awkward aim standards as you can really get. Right, and it looks like we are going to see another Hidden versus Hard Rock on this map. The CS3 AR 9.5 is really going to make this interesting, as one side has to deal with the high density hidden aim, which for this AR isn't exactly the hardest to read. I wouldn't really call this a reading map for the hidden player here, but for revoh especially, this is going to be a lot more comfortable as just a high BPM Hard Rock awkward aim map. It's CS4, or CS 3.9 I should say, with Hard Rock. And AR10 is just going to make this a little bit more comfortable for the Hard Rock, for any Hard Rock mains. As we're seeing an early break from Soft Kitten is going to be traded pretty quickly by revoh, but that early score lead is going to mean just a little bit. 100 combo for Soft Kitten though is going to be enough to really put this back if he holds through the next PI. We are going to see that score lead flip back over, especially with that act recovery from Soft Kitten here. It's going to make it grow a little bit faster. But we still have plenty of diff spikes for both players to potentially find breaks on. revoh's going to miss-aim a slider, but there is a pretty big break right here from Soft Kitten. Is he going to hit the square? He is not going to, and it finds a pretty significant chain miss to really neutralize that act lead. Ball's back in revoh's court here. The combo lead isn't exactly the largest thing, but the score lead isn't that big. And another break from Soft Kitten is going to be really dangerous here. revoh really has a big opportunity here to take this point back and be the first break point of the match. It looks like we're going to see traded break again. revoh's going to drop one more time. The real question is there enough map left for Soft Kitten to hold out? Both players are going to miss on that 1/3. We still have this big cut 1/3 right here. Soft Kitten's gonna break, but is revoh gonna have enough time to hold on? Potentially steal this point back at the last second. 30k, I don't know if there's enough time. The score lead isn't going down fast enough. Yeah, and with another break from both players, there's just this spinner. So with that, Soft Kitten is going to take this point. It is now 4-4 into last pick's territory. At the very least, we're seeing 2 more maps. Like, bro, these these points have been all super close, too. Like, oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen Hidden yet, like, at all. Considering revoh has went Hard Rock on both. Okay, and we're just going to see the Nomad 3 from a revoh here. This is a revoh pick. I don't know why I'm thinking the Soft Kitten's going to pick Hidden right now. But we have Phantasma. Now, if I do know something about revoh, this guy really likes to map alt. So, surely that means he can play it, right? We have another interesting pick here. This map is going to be another one similar to the Fremod 3 in that I feel like a lot of the major like drops are going to be whole chain misses here because we saw a lot of that from Soft Kitten on the last map, and I think we're going to see it even more here from potentially from both players. So accuracy is going to be a big thing to look out for when combo is so hard to get on this map, as both players are finding early drops in their accuracy, more so from Soft Kitten, so we're going to see a very early but minimal score lead from revoh here. Well, it looks like we're potentially going to see the first break from Soft Kitten here. This map is pretty long for alt standards, so an early score lead like this is going to be very devastating if revoh can hold on just a little bit longer to build up like 70k, even 70k scores, like kind of insurmountable. Navigating these 1/3 very well from both players. Oh my god! Is going to find a drop on that last part right before the next TI. Soft Kitten back in the driver's seat for recovering this score deficit. revoh dropping again just to make it a little bit easier. But we are going to see that chain miss from Soft Kitten. It isn't going to be an early breakaway score from revoh here as he drops as well. So it's sort of neck and neck now. We're just mostly looking at the accuracy. revoh keeping himself in the lead by holding out just a little bit better on the ag department. Soft Kitten dropping again, but it's traded immediately by revoh, who misses just a little bit more to neutralize that 1% he had. I will say, but an early break from Soft Kitten here is going to put that combo lead back on revoh's side. Never mind. We see more breaks coming out from both players. Act lead is identical between the two players. Soft Kitten dropping him more. Into the outro. Soft Kitten's going to drop again, but that's really going to seal it for revoh, earning himself at least a guaranteed tiebreaker. The real question is, will he have to play it? It is back into Soft Kitten's court to pick the last map of the pool that isn't TV. I'm honestly, again, I keep saying this. I'm surprised we haven't seen a single hidden map get picked or banned in this point or in this match so far. We've seen pretty much everything else besides No Mod 1 and Free Mod 2. So, in theory, considering how revoh has gone hidden or has gone hard rock on both Free Mod 1 and Free Mod 3, picking hidden here wouldn't be a bad idea. But we're not going to see it. We're going to see the No Mod 1. Which is interesting. So no hidden will be picked at all in this match. Neither, it also won't be banned either. But we're getting Natsu instead. Someone called Toki. The boobs map's being played. Alright. Alright. Looks like we have a the background. We got No Mod 1. All my homies love playing aim. This will be interesting because this map is pretty much the most like raw like aim mechanics you can get for this star rating. Like, there's a couple of streams, there's a couple of bursts and everything, but this is the closest thing you get to just aim. And as we saw from the Free Mod 3, Soft Kitten did beat revoh on the more awkward high BPM aim, as well as the DT aim, but when it comes to these more consistency favored picks, I feel like revoh has a slight edge. We are going to see a little bit better accuracy from revoh here. As we're going into the first TI. Both players holding through this section. Cat's running up to me asking for food because I'm supposed to feed him in like 15 minutes. But we are going to see both players navigating this pretty big aim section pretty well. Oh my god, what is being attacked? Please stop attacking me. But yeah, we're long past the point where a break is really going to mean the end as Soft Kitten finds an early break right before this Ki. Can revoh hold on long enough to secure the point and secure the match for himself? We are going to see a slider break. Is that enough of a score lead to keep that lead? Oh my god, we got some awkward rhythms here. But it's 85k in favor of revoh here. No more combo breaks in sight for either player. I say that as Soft Kitten drops right at the end. Not enough time to close out that win. We will see the first break point of the match, resulting in the GGs. Congratulations to revoh for moving into the 1-1. Holy shit, that was insanely close. Both players just picking and winning their own points. Oh my god. And with that, congratulations. We will, of course, be seeing more of both of these players. We still got 2 more weeks of this Swiss. But until then, we got some more matches. I believe Rage Muffin will be streaming Hidden on Osu versus Daitaku Helios, so known as Darwin versus Luke. And I believe I might as well pick up the other match, Trigon versus Zivzare. So stay tuned for both of those at 20 UTC, and then a couple more matches later on today. But until then, we'll see you guys then. All right. Bye-bye.